Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about HOMEWORX Cozy Knit Blanket. Now, this is one of their standard 4-wick, 18-ounce vessels with the beautiful photographic wraparound label. You can see up here, something went a little wonky with my lid. It got a little bit stuck. I don't know if it was during the shipping process or just how it was packaged, if it was maybe just a little bit of a malfunction, but it did tear a little bit of a hole right here. So I did want to let you know that that had happened. But otherwise, we all like the ambiance that a lot of these HOMEWORX candles can create. And yeah, I purchased this candle maybe about 2 months ago now. This is a fragrance that I've actually had my eye on for quite some time. I think this one came across my radar about a year ago. And at that time, I wasn't able to get my hands on it in just like a single purchase cozy knit blanket. They did have it available, I think, in a luxe size over at QVC as well as in a duo. And I was just like, I don't really want to go, I didn't want to go for the big mama jama yet. I really wanted to try this fragrance out first. And I'm glad that I took that route. So let's go ahead and continue to dive into this. The pour date of this specific candle that I am reviewing is May 7th, 2024. I am also aware that there are a lot of people who are very new to the HOMEWORX brand. I am an ambassador for the company. Like I said, this candle was not sent to me in PR. I did purchase this candle with my own money, but I do serve as a Facebook moderator for their group, and I do know that we have had a lot of new members come into that group, probably because of a lot of Harry's presentations over on QVC. So some of you guys may be very new to the HOMEWORX world, and in that, I wanted to just disclose to you when I mention a pour date on the candle. You can always determine your pour date on your candle by looking on the bottom. There should be a little 6-digit number, usually to the right of the barcode on the label. And it's usually like, so in this case, it would say 070524. So you have the date, the month, and the year usually listed on a lot of these HOMEWORX candles, and that will allow you to have your pour date. And the reason why I oftentimes reference that is because we know that there can be batch variances depending upon a pour date, or yeah, like Bath and Body Works, they have batch variances. So that is why I usually refer to those. The fragrance notes listed on the Slatkin & Co. website for this candle are top notes of sparkling sugar, bergamot, lemon blossom, and violet leaf. Mid notes of spun cotton, white cashmere, winter iris. Base notes of soft vanilla, amber silk, sueded sandalwood, and musk. So, what is my nose detecting? All right, cold sniff, I really liked this fragrance. I definitely got the mid notes, which are ironically are the fragrances that are listed on the bottom of the candle. If you look just on the bottom of the candle, the fragrance notes listed are spun cotton, white cashmere, amber silk, and sueded sandalwood, which I think is definitely more in line with what I am smelling here. It's definitely got kind of that like fresh cotton type of vibe, but not necessarily like a laundry. It does remind me of kind of one of those like not perfumey, but like kind of like an amber based cashmere. Typically, what we think of when we think of fragrances that are marketed as a cashmere scent, there's usually an element of cotton freshness in there, maybe a little bit of maybe that like laundry type of vibe. Although I will tell you that those fragrances do tend to give me a headache, and that has not been the case here. I have not gotten a headache from this candle. Base notes in there of amber silk and sueded sandalwood. I will tell you that there's a slight, like a very slight, like I don't want to say suede because that's not really what I'm getting here, but it is definitely kind of like an amber note in the base on this, lending just the slightest element of perfuminess there. This fragrance, I think a lot of people who really enjoy kind of those like fresh cotton blanket type of fragrances, maybe even fresh laundry, I think that you would probably like this scent. And this one is just, it's kind of fresh without being overtly laundry. It's definitely more of a sophisticated, like a sophisticated laundry type of scent, I guess. It's kind of hard for me to describe. I do like it. Now, I will say it's interesting that the more detailed fragrance notes have top notes of sugar, bergamot, lemon blossom, and violet leaf, because I do get a slight hint of floral in there. That might be a combination of the violet leaf and the winter iris that's listed in the mid notes. Any type of citrus in here is not overtly citrus. It is probably more in line with that, like bergamot, which is a little bit more of like lends some freshness to the fragrance. But I do like the fragrance on cold. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle, because I do think that that ties into what I am smelling when this candle is burning. So I'm going to go ahead and lift up this candle, and you're going to see this candle is burning quite hot. In fact, you can probably see a little bit of soot around the rim here, which I really have not run into that issue with a lot of my HOMEWORX candles this year. Most of them have not been burning this hot. You can also see that the wicks there, despite me using a wick dipper, those two in the middle just really kind of want to come together. And they haven't fully come together. I haven't had issues with these wicks falling over into the wax pool, but I have had to trim the wicks, and I have had to limit the burn time on this candle, because even right now, I've only had this one lit for about 2 hours now, and you can see kind of, I don't know if you can see it in here, but here in person, I can see like puffs of soot coming up off of this. So this is a very, very hot burning candle, and I do think that that is impacting the fragrance on this one, because when this candle is burning, it's almost burning so hot that there is an element to this candle that after it has been burning for as low as like 45 minutes, it starts to smell a little bit like cigarette smoke to my nose. Now, not everybody may get that, but to my nose, that is what I am picking up. And it's really making this fragrance like I don't enjoy this scent at all. Now, that being said, this was a fragrance that when I initially lit it, similar to the Snow Days candle that I just reviewed. Was it Snow Days? No, Snow Angels. Sorry, the Snow Angels fragrance that I just reviewed yesterday. The issue that I had with this one was on first burn. It was basically like unscented for like the two first burns, like noticeably like very, very difficult for me to pick up the fragrance. At least the Snow Angels one, I could smell a little bit upon the first couple of burns, particularly if I moved it into my close concept bedroom. But out in the living room, and then even the first, like the second burn that I did on this candle in my master bedroom, I had a difficult time smelling it. Successive burns, I did start to smell it a little bit, but even then I would put the performance maybe around a 4 at that time, even though this candle was burning so hot. Well, I did the same thing. In fact, I thought that this candle would pair really nicely with that Snow Angel, so I would usually burn them, one in one room, one in the other. And so I went ahead and, similar to that other candle, I put this one away for a month, brought it back out yesterday, and it is stronger now. I would say that this fragrance today is around a 6 in terms of strength and throw. However, I am really not liking the fragrance that I'm picking up. And I think it's just because this is burning so hot that to my nose, it's almost like a burned blanket, or not even burned, because burned would be more like wildfire or smoky. There is something in here that I think these wicks, they're burning so hot that it's just making the smell a little bit like cigarette smoke. I don't know if it's those like kind of citrusy notes at the top, or the musky notes in the base notes. I don't know what it is. Maybe some of those florals in here mixed with the musk and the cotton. It's just not hitting my nose right this morning. And so therefore, because of the performance of this candle, because it's been burning a little bit dirty for me, I cannot really recommend this candle for you guys, unfortunately. I will plan to probably finish burning this one outside, because it's not so bad out there. And then also, I don't really worry about the soot as much when I burn it out on the back patio. But unfortunately, here in my house, this one is just not doing so hot for me. I do believe that this candle is still available on the Slatkin & Co. website underneath the sales section. I did mention in my video yesterday that Slatkin & Co., as well as a lot of these companies, are running their Black Friday sales already. I don't know if this one will qualify for an additional 30% off when you add it to your cart, but I do know that it is currently listed in the sales section for either $18.99 or $20.99. I'm not sure about that. And if it doesn't automatically take an additional 30% off when you add it to the cart, you can try adding my discount code, which is Katie's Joyful Life. That does usually save an additional 15% on orders over $40 on non-sale items. So, or not, I don't want to say non-sale items, on items that don't already have a discount applied to them when it is added to the cart. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, regardless, I mean, if you really want to take a gamble on it, or if you've had this fragrance before and you really enjoy it, then I would say go ahead. But I'm just sharing with you my honest experience about how this is burning for me. This is not going to be a repurchase for me. I am glad that I did not pick it up in the super large format or in the 2 candle format that was available on QVC last year, because it's just going to be a one and done for me. It is not what I was looking for. That being said, that these kind of like fresh cotton type of fragrances usually are at like the bottom of the totem pole for me. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comment box down below if you have purchased this candle, particularly if you've purchased it from Slatkin & Co. Has your burn experience been similar to mine? I'm watching it right now and I'm just seeing like puffs of black soot coming off of these wicks. I'm just like, wow, why is this one burning so hot and fast? It's a little bit bizarre to me, but anyways, you can share your burn experience in the comments down below. Please feel free to hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. Subscribe if you are new. I do have a couple more post-burn candle reviews coming up for you this week. The beginning of this week is a little bit HOMEWORX front-loaded. I do have the, the snowflakes and cashmere. I believe I will be uploading that video next for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned. So if you've been wanting some dedicated reviews before purchasing any candles on sale, I will help you out with that. I also do have a whole like HOMEWORX playlist. I have a bunch of Kringle and country candles. I have a Bath and Body Works playlist. I have a bunch of playlists available if you are looking for more in-depth candle reviews. Stay tuned. I should have empties for you guys at the end of this week. But yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying your Thanksgiving week. And I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.